Hey guys, so as we prepare for our at-home birth, I thought it would be fun to actually go through what is that like? How do you prep for an at-home birth when you're not at the hospital? And I would do a little unboxing myself and go through our home birth box. So many of these things that I'm going to show you, some of them are actually found on a list that our midwives gave us to prep and prepare. A lot of them are suggestions and some of them are mandatory, but then there's actually some personal items that I decided to add in myself. So think of this as it's like you're packing your hospital bag. Just like you have to prep a bag to prepare for the hospital, also with a home birth, there are some things that you want to get prepped beforehand before the baby comes. So as I begin to show you guys these different items, you'll see that they're in no particular order, but the first thing I wanted to show you is that everything actually that we've needed to prepare for the home birth pretty much fits in this one box. I know we've gotten a lot of questions like, oh my gosh, how are you guys gonna have all this stuff prepped that the hospital has so easily? But you'd be surprised, there's a lot of things that are around your everyday house that you already have, or a lot of things that our midwife is actually also bringing. We've been asked to prepare. First up is a box. Okay, not too big, not too crazy. It's a container. This is actually going to contain the placenta. That's right. So this is all you need is something very simple, something airtight cover, and we are actually going to get our placenta encapsulated. So we wanted to make sure we had something that we could keep it, store it, and put it away nice and safely. Next this is something specifically to keep our floors nice and safe and dry. This is usually something you put down for painting. Well, we are going to put this cover down on the ground and also on our bed, depending on if I give birth in the tub or in the bed, so we have something to protect our floors. And speaking of protection and keeping things sanitary, boom, we have a liner for our water tub. We didn't have to buy our birthing pool. Our midwife actually had that we could rent from her, so all we had to get was a liner to keep things nice and sanitary. Next, by the way, if you are going to do a water birth at home and you have a birthing pool, you may need a pump to get it blown up. Don't do one of those step pumps, and do not count on your husband to do all the breathing. And ladies, you don't want that either, right? So here we go. Here is an electric pump. Next up, this is where things start to get a little more personal and a little more fun. I have prepped this beautiful sash that the ladies here at my baby shower gave me that says Mummy to Be. So I thought during labor, there's always some, from what I've seen, some downtime and some ways to get up, get moving, and to get comfortable in your body as your body is transitioning throughout labor. I thought this would be perfect to put around me while I'm up, swaying, dancing, breathing through contractions with my husband, but also maybe something fun to put on after baby is born. Also a little more personal, if you're doing a home birth and you are giving birth not in the US, you may not have an opportunity to have seen this before, but this is to collect your little baby's first precious feet when they're born so that you can get their feet print and their hand print right away. Next up, also another great idea I got from the internet, so thank you internet, is I discovered that some people choose a candle that they decide to light when labor starts and then stop it when labor ends, so that you can literally see how long your labor took according to the candle. And I decided to go for one that was one of my favorite colors, which is red, and it also smells like raspberries. So a nice pleasant smell to fill the room as I go through my home birth. Speaking of, I also, if you can see in my back corner right there, I have a diffuser with some of my favorite oils that are very relaxing and that I knew was essential to have in the room to create that ambiance and atmosphere that I wanted for our home birth. Okay, what else do we have? Yes. One highly recommended item that I kept hearing about was having something to suck on during labor. Your mouth can get really, really dry, so I just grabbed these cough drops, berry flavor, to have for me and my husband, who I know will be encouraging me a lot throughout labor. Also some playing cards, something to pass the time, because don't we know that labor can be very, very exhausting and very long, so something to keep your mind off of what's going on. And then this is more of the practical things for our midwives, so we have some tissues, of course, maybe for the husband who's going to be crying. Some paper towels, also something we already had laying around our house. Let's see, this is for babies specifically, little Belgian brand here. Awesome, it's to help the baby's nasal passages and everything keep nice and clear. And then one last kind of medical thing, well, we have, of course, compresses, so can be used for all kinds of things, whether it has to do with bleeding or cleaning things up. And then we have a thermometer as well that can be used for me and for baby to test to make sure that our fever and our temperature stays low. And then let's see, so down to some more of the fun stuff. So this is more of the Shika style, more of our personal touches with our home birth. Is I've chosen to have a breastfeeding bra that I can wear and put on if I'm in the tub, so that I can be nice and loose and move around, and then also be ready for that first breastfeeding. And then we were suggested to have nice, loose, long t-shirts that I can wear while I'm walking around the house, or if we want to step outside. Since we don't have a nice hospital gown, I got my version of a gown. So it's a nice nightgown, which it says bonjour mon amour, which means hello my love, which I believe will be some of the first words that I get to say to our baby. And something else that's super fun is I am such a girl that I love ambiance, I love warm lighting, so we got some candles to light around the room. I've also heard that some hospitals will let you do this, or maybe you can get the battery operated ones, but for a home birth you have a little more control, so we bought a bunch of candles to light around the room. A little side note, this may be TMI for some of you, but for those of you who are watching, a lot of you know that I was a virgin when I got married, and my husband, on the night of our wedding, he actually lit a bunch of these candles around the room, so it'll definitely bring me back to that night. And believe it or not, we're almost done. All I have left to show you guys is also another personal touch is we have some sand actually here in this bag from California. And so we have a few ideas. We've had some people that have said that if they're giving birth somewhere from where they're not from, they've actually put the sand around where they're giving birth at home, so that they can kind of have their child born on that soil. So I have a little American soil here. We also have the idea of planting some of our placenta with the sand and with some Belgian sand, so that some part of a beautiful plant can grow in the roots where our baby is literally from. That's about it, except that as well at a home birth, you would have all this stuff you would bring to the hospital. So whether it's, your nipple balm, or if it's your breastfeeding, these are my nipple shields to help me from leaking. I have some lavender in here to help smell. I even have my reusable diapers all prepped and prepared, and some burp cloths, and a taking home baby outfit, which I'm keeping under lock and key until we all figure out together what our baby's gender is. So thank you guys for joining me. I had a great time doing this. Only items that didn't actually fit in the black box were this bucket, which it can be used for many, many different things, whether it's for throwing away some of the compresses or anything dirty that needs to be laundered later. And then we have an extra pair, like an old sheet, so that when or if I give birth on the bed, we can use that, not have to worry about dirty and clean sheets. And then also preparing something to help with warmth, so whether it's a warm water bottle, it's a heating pad like we have, something that will help soothe me during labor is essential for a home birth. Alright guys, that was it. See, that didn't take too long. If you guys enjoyed my unboxing, or if you are preparing your own home birth and have questions, let me know below. And better yet, if you've had a home birth and there's some things you notice that I'm missing or that you would also like to recommend to anybody that's watching, please write in the comments below, and I'll be sure to add that to a future video. Thanks guys, and this has been Claiming Motherhood.